So this past weekend, Joe Burrow leads the Bengals on a comeback victory over the Denver Broncos, keeping the Cincinnati Bengals playoff hopes alive going into the last week of the NFL season. Joe Burrow threw for 412 yards and 3 total touchdowns and has been on an absolute tear lately and still has himself running in the MVP race despite their up and down season. Let's go ahead and dive right into the film of Joe Burrow's performance. So right here, low red zone area, trips closed. They motion T. Higgins from right to left. They're just going to go with a slant flat combo out of T. Higgins and the running back. If that linebacker really travels hard with the running back, he can hit the slant underneath. Or if the slant route of T. Higgins rubs or picks that linebacker, then he's got the flat out right now. Take the snap, gets underneath, quick throw to T. Higgins for an easy touchdowns. These type of touchdowns are easy for Joe Burrow. He was being able to execute these at the University of LSU, and he's been doing it now for a long time in his NFL career. What makes Joe Burrow so lethal is his ability just to get rid of the ball. He's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the NFL, getting the ball out of his hands to his playmaker. Right here, motion again. Now you've got T. Higgins and you got Jamar Chase on one side of the field, and that puts a lot of stress on a defense. You got Jamar Chase is just going to run a quick out route, while T. Higgins is going to run a fade to the backside pylon. Right here, Denver has it covered pretty well, but Joe Burrow is elite as far as his ball placement, and he's able to put this right in the back corner. You can't sit here and say that Joe Burrow now doesn't have targets, because Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are both some of the best receivers in the NFL. T. Higgins does a really good job. While this is a great ball by Joe Burrow, T. Higgins does a great job of extending out, getting 2 hands on the football, and still getting those feet down right there at the corner of the end zone. This next play is a really good example of things that Joe Burrow is really good at. Once again, motioning over, you put Jamar Chase and T. Higgins on the same side of the field. This time, Jamar Chase is out wide. They got what I call a dig concept. You've got a seam out of the slot and then a deep dig out of the outside receiver. This pocket's going to kind of loosen up, and Joe Burrow is going to step up, but he's going to press it by going more lateral, and that gives Joe Burrow enough time, and it hurts the defense as they start to step up, and he's able to find Jamar Chase in a nice window. Joe Burrow is not a statue quarterback. He can tuck it and he can run it, and he can hurt a defense that way. By Joe Burrow attacking this line of scrimmage, the defense kind of freezes, start to come down, but he attacks it horizontally to where he can extend this play just enough and then find Jamar Chase right there in that window, and then Jamar Chase is able to get some nice yards after the catch. Big time play, and it's something that is tough to defend for defenses. Real quick, guys, if you are enjoying this video and gaining value, hit that subscribe button, join the team. It is free, and we're getting close to 10K. So Jamar Chase has had a really good year, and he's one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. And right here, you can see how he affects and threatens a defense. They are in a version of cover one, because this, I know you see a 2 high safety shell, but this backside safety over here is going to be bracketing Jamar Chase, who is in the slot. So you got man coverage with Jamar Chase in his face, and then this safety is going to bracket him anything on the inside leverage. So what does that do? It allows solo receiver coverage on the top of this route, and Joe Burrow is able to exploit it. Jamar Chase is going to run a deep crosser route right here. Look at all this field that they've got backside. Joe Burrow is able to recognize that, put this ball on the inside for an in-breaking route, and it's an easy completion. And this is just an example of the effect that a Jamar Chase has, and the ability for Joe Burrow to still trust all of his receivers and place this ball around the field. On this next one right here, just going to press this ball vertical, cover one, deep high safety. Joe Burrow freezes him for just a second and then places this ball in a perfect spot for T. Higgins right down inside the 5-yard line. Joe Burrow is so good at... Joe Burrow is simply one of the best in the NFL as far as getting the ball out. Now he's good at quick little 3-step slants, 5-yard outs, quick hitches, curls, things like that. He gets the ball out super fast. So when a defense decides to press and try to take the short to intermediate game away, this is what you can get exploited to. He is still one of the best at placing the ball deep down the field, and he's got receivers who can create separation. Just a deep high safety, take the snap, quick little look to the right to hold that free safety just enough to where the free safety cannot get back over top, and he puts this ball exactly where it needs to be for T. Higgins. Very next play, inside the 5-yard line, quick little pylon throw, very hard to defend. So many route combinations that T. Higgins could have done right there, and he just simply goes right at the corner, gets a little bit of contact, and Joe Burrow's job is just to place this ball right there on the pylon for T. Higgins to go get. It's crazy to think about where this team was at the start of the year and how they are just continuing to battle and keep their playoff hopes alive, and it has everything to do with Joe Burrow. Like I say, Joe Burrow is putting up numbers to win an MVP. Don't think it will happen simply because of the record and you know, the way that the season has went. But, hey, who knows? It's still going to come down to Lamar Jackson and probably Josh Allen. But Joe Burrow, at will, is keeping the playoff hopes alive for the Cincinnati Bengals. They still have to win the last week of the season, and they need a couple help from a couple different teams. But if they find a way to get into the postseason, no team wants to play Joe Burrow in this offense. I can guarantee you that. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments section below. As always, guys, like this video. And until next time, stay humble, stay kind. Peace.